Hi, welcome to the NeuroFit Gym by Phoenix Wealth Academy. This is your 20-minute daily reset designed to align your nervous system, reprogram your mind, and activate the frequency of abundance. So, every day we will train on three topics. First, the breath. Second, the mind. And third, we set the intention that you broadcast into the world for the day. So, today I want to introduce you to a profound science called Swar Yoga. This is the book that I'm going to be referring to. Now, a brief introduction to Swar Yoga is that for thousands of years, mankind has sought inner experience. And we have explored many paths: Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raj Yoga, Gyan Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, and some even turn to psychedelics and seeking altered states and all sorts of things. But yoga declares that inner experience is the right of all, whether you are perfect or imperfect, theist or atheist, highborn, lowborn, whatever, right? And among these paths, there is a system almost forgotten, preserved only by those who practiced it deeply, and that is called Swar Yoga, which is the tantric science of brain breathing. Swar means the sound of your own breath, and yoga means union. So, together, Swar Yoga means union through the medium of breath, union with yourself through the breath. And this is not just about inhaling and exhaling. The rishis of India observed the breath so deeply that they discovered it to be the very bridge between the body, the mind, and the cosmos. They realized that every thought, every emotion, and every state of consciousness is linked to the movement of prana, the vital energy which expresses itself through the breath. So, Swar Yoga is different from pranayam. Pranayam teaches us to control, to expand, and to store prana. Swar Yoga teaches us to observe, to analyze, to understand the rhythms of pran as it flows through us. Now, the ancient text is Shiva Swarodhya. Lord Shiva himself tells Parvati Mata the science, and it's higher than mantra, it's higher than tantra, it's higher than even the study of the stars. And because breath is the root of all experience. So the true purpose of Swar Yoga is not prediction or fortune telling at all, though it has those applications once you go into heightened states. But the purpose is to awaken you to the truth that every movement in creation, every thought, every destiny is nothing but pran in motion. To know your swar is to know your essence. And this is where NeuroFit Gym begins. Every day for 5 minutes, we are going to work on breath awareness. Then 5 minutes, we are going to observe the breath in meditation, call it dhyan. And then for another 5 minutes, we'll discuss a concept and then set the intention for the day. So this will give you a kickstart, and together these 20 minutes will not just reset your body and mind, they will tune your entire aura into the alignment with abundance. So without much further ado, let me start with the first day. So let us begin with the day one practice of Swar Yoga. Today we begin with Pran Sadhana, the practice of awakening and balancing the vital energy called prana. The yoga tradition tells us that the ultimate destiny of man is Atma Anubhuti, direct experience of the universal spirit. So, to reach this state, the restless and outward driven mind must become still, one pointed and free from distraction. So, when we become completely still, even the breath itself is suspended, and pran slips beyond the ordinary range of experiences. But the path is not without obstacles. The mind is easily lured away by desires, by laziness, by worldly distractions, and by deep rooted samskaras. So at times we are inspired and concentrated, and at other times you're going to feel like your inner battery feels flat. So yoga gives us a clear principle for that. When the pran is disturbed, the mind is disturbed. And when the pran is controlled, the mind is under control. So this is the science of pran sadhana, to control the prana. And basically it's like controlling an elephant. At first it feels wild, but once mastered, it obeys. And the rishis discovered that by purifying and balancing prana or pran, the mind naturally becomes steady. So the practice we begin with today is simply the foundation. It's awareness of the breath, gentle observation of the nostril flow, left or right, and experiencing how prana connects directly with the state of mind. Now, first of all, in Hatha Yoga or Raj Yoga, the Swara Yoga is not separate components but complementary sciences. They're part of Hatha Yoga. Hatha is something that purifies the body, Pranayam channels the pran, and Raj Yoga refines the mind. So Swara Yoga reveals the deepest patterns of energy. So for the next few minutes, sit comfortably, close your eyes, and simply watch the flow of your breath. Do not try to change it, just observe it. Notice if the left nostril is flowing or the right. Notice the coolness or warmth of the breath, the air that is going in. And as you watch, you are already beginning the process of pran sadhana. Remember, these practices are not about chasing psychic powers or siddhis. They are not about proving anything to others. They are about steadying your mind, awakening your awareness, and opening yourself to a life beyond mundane traditions. So, as a day one practice, we are practicing a simple awareness practice called the pran sadhana, the doorway to deeper experiences. So as you sit in silence, just observe your breath. As you breathe in and as you breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Just observe your breath. Allow it to go in any part of your body. Just observe where all it goes, how deep it reaches, how, if at all, it reaches the brain. And how you exhale it out through your nostrils. At this point, we have a single-minded focus simply on the breath. No forcing, no elongating, just observing the simple flow of prana coming in and out through your nostrils. Whenever you feel ready, you may rub your palms, put them on your eyes. This helps you keep all the prana that you accumulate through the practice of any breath work, to keep that within you and not to let it dissipate straight through your eyes as you open your eyes. So, gently, whenever you feel ready, you may now open your eyes. So, I hope you enjoyed that process, or rather, enjoyment is also a very limited word, and I don't think that's appropriate. I hope you felt something in that practice. I still have vibrations and, you know, certain experience within my body right now, but I still want to continue with one more section, or rather two more sections of the daily practice, because after this you don't feel like speaking as such. But for people who are very strongly, and including myself, who have a very, very strong reasoning mind, I also want to bring in the concept of how the rationalist should be thinking about all of these things and why we're doing it inside of Phoenix Wealth Academy. So I want to bring in some insights from Think and Grow Rich, the famous classic from Napoleon Hill on growing rich, and thousands and millions of people in the world swear by that book, and including myself, it has enormously helped me. So I've just taken out some core concepts from uh, Think and Grow Rich, and I want to cover something that Napoleon Hill said about wealth and aura mastery. So he started saying that one core truth is that misconception. The misconception is that you believe that making money is all about hustle. You think wealth is maths, and you've been told it's about timing, like that this is how wealth is created. But he says all of these things are misconceptions. The truth and reality, as per Napoleon Hill, is that building wealth is all about alignment. It's about vibrations. It's about the silent force that surrounds you. And that force is what he says he calls aura. And what we have just done and everything is all about how our ancient masters also saw the energy field and everything that is governed through the breath. So, next, what Napoleon Hill brought out is that you don't attract what you choose or what you chase, you attract what you are. And aura is your broadcast signal. What he means by broadcast signal is that as Indians, we already know the meaning of aura, the energy field that surrounds us and everything. So there's nothing new there. But again, we are so anglicized that when a Westerner tells us something, then it's more believable and we're able to connect the dots better thanks to our, um, you know, education system, or call you whatever. But this is for the rationalist mind, that Napoleon Hill said that what you broadcast outside is frequency that you emit unconsciously, and that frequency that you emit is consistent, and uh, that frequency that you emit is unapologetically visible to others, knowingly or unknowingly, before you even act and make even a pitch, a speech, a talk, or whatever. So it is your energy field, it is your aura that speaks even before you do, or even before you enter a room. It arrives ahead of you. It is that strong. And so before you launch a product or ask for a raise, your aura has already negotiated the terms. It's a very, very subtle point that he's made. It's a very strong point worth considering and dwelling over, right? And finally, the he talks about, as the first concept, he talks about the resonance principle, where he basically says that if you are poor on the inside, if you have fear, if you have doubt, if you know, have self-talk dripping with scarcity, or I can't, or I won't, or I may not, or I cannot, all of those scarcity principles, if they are inside you, no matter how much you mask them, then no matter how big your dreams are, you will sabotage your success. So this is the law of resonance, which is non-negotiable. Now, this very well links into the principle of Swar Yoga, that everything is about, your energy field is controlled through your breath. So that makes it a full circle. And next, we are going to go and set the intention for the day. So I want you to start with a simple grab yourself a notebook and pen, take some deep breaths, and just to briefly recap, we started with understanding the roots of Swar Yoga. We did a small exercise of connecting with our breath through the pran sadhana. And then we've covered the basic principle from Napoleon Hill, who says that your wealth is directly proportionate to your vibrational frequency, and your aura carries your wealth code much before you even speak. Right? So, with all of that knowledge for today, all I want you to do is set your intention for the day. What is it that you're going to do different today with this awareness? How are you going to keep your awareness on your breath? And how are you going to use that awareness to catch when your monkey mind or the elephant mind is going all over the place with fear, doubt, scarcity principle, thought processes, or anything like that? So grab a pen and a notebook and write away your intentions for the day. And that's all for the first day of the NeuroFit Gym. I'll see you tomorrow with yet another principle from the yoga of Swara Yoga. We're going to cover the entire process, and then we're going to go into another exercise and cover another principle from Napoleon Hill or somebody who I would think is appropriate to connect the dots between your inner self and your outer reality. So that's all for today. Thank you.